for the final match between China and India. Your starting lineup for China. Player number 2, Oh Ziyang. Player number 3 and captain of the team, Shan Guo. Player number 4, Zhang Ying. Number 7, Guo Chu. Player number 8, Zhuo Yu. Number 10, Cheng Yang. Player number 11, Yang Meng. Player number 20, Dong Meng Ling. Number 21, Dong Jiaqi. 25, Tang Wan Li. And player number 32, Yu Yaran. The reserves on the bench are player number 6, Zhang Lijia. Number 9, Xu Wenyu. Player number 12, Tu Yidan. Number 13, Li Hong. Player number 18, Don Zhang Yang. Number 29, Zhang Jingrong. And player number 30, Oh Yang Huanghui. The coach for China is Wei Hao-jin. And your starting lineup for India. Player number 1, Namjot Kaur. Number 3, Deep Eka. Number 4, Monica. Player number 8, Vicky Brothers. Number 10, Anuradha Kapoor. Number 13, Rajani Eddie Michael. Player number 50, Poonam Rani. Player number 16 and captain of the team, Ranjana Kaporia. Player number 17, Deepika. Number 26, Sunita Lakra. And player number 28, Ronnie. The reserves on the bench are player number 2, Nafi Kaur. Number 5, Narinder Kaur. Player number 6, Sally Yalun Wat. Number 7, Poonam Bala. Number 11, Savita. Player number 19, Namita Topo. And player number 30, Priti Dumi. The coach for India is Nell Hogan. The officials for this match are umpire Junko Wadasuma from Japan and Kim Yoon-kyun from Korea. Judges Nur Asma Hashim from Malaysia and Michio Imandro from Japan. Our technical official, Kim Seong-gun from Korea. And reserve umpire, Ayu Zainuddin from Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's Asian Championship. Please put your hands together to welcome the team, China national anthem of China. Please remain standing for the national anthem of India.
Alright, good evening viewers, welcome back to the Women's Asian Champions Trophy. We are just about to feature the finals of this competition between China and India. Both these teams met yesterday evening to play their final group match, and China, who came up winning that game by 3-2, did so in stylish fashion because they were drawn at 2-all, but the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, China had a penalty corner and converted it to win the game by 3-2. But definitely you can, if you have watched the game yesterday, you would know that both these teams are very evenly matched, and at this point in time, it's anybody's game. And with India doing an excellent job with the competition so far, they are definitely driving to come back to take on this very young Chinese side. Incidentally, this team from China are all below the age of 21 because they are going to be advancing to the Junior World Cup in Chile, which is the next competition that the girls will be headed to. But in the meantime, we've got this fantastic final that's just about to come up. We've got a good crowd of spectators, the majority of whom are from supporting India. But at the end of the day, it's anybody's game on the field that's going to decide who will be the winner of the Women's Asian Champions Trophy right here in Singapore at the SengKang Stadium. And there we have India in blue on your screen from left to right, moving the ball. China trying to close down their gaps. Nikki on the ball right now. She finds Nyalum on left defense. I beg your pardon, it's Grace on left defense. A good run by Navjot. Unfortunately, not being able to control the ball over there. Poonam trying her best to control that ball. Chang Ying, overhead flick, trying to look for her teammate. Monica does well to control the ball keep it in play. Navjot on the ball. Navjot's one of the younger players in the team. India advancing. Deepika finds Poonam. Poonam anxious to get on with the game, but the ball trickles off the baseline, and it's a turnover to China. Well, we are short of a very, very exciting game today, ladies and gentlemen. If you've just joined us, good evening. My name is Gerard Denker. I'm your commentator for this finals right now. Ball turned over to India. Deepika trying to look for the cross, but hits the ball, and the foul is created because she didn't connect the ball. It's turned over to China. India playing a very high press, quite different from what they did in yesterday's game. They took their time to move into the game, starting off the game with a very low press in their own half, at times in their own quarter, allowing the Chinese to come forward to try and create goal scoring opportunities. But this time round, they seem to have decided to start with a high press, and that's a good thing because that will help to keep the Chinese players at bay. At this point in time, we've got Grace on the ball. An umpire warning Grace not to lift the stick, to keep the stick down. Overhead flick by Grace. And it's a turnover to China. Good work by India. And the first card of the game is coming out to player number 7 from China, Guo Tiu, for that very harsh push on the Indian player as she was advancing. Hard hit into the Chinese quarter. China trying to maintain possession here with Chang Ying. And a free hit for China. The slight mistrap there by Grace. Probably going to see a slight change in strategy compared to yesterday's game from India. I'm not sure about China, but so far they seem to be playing exactly the same as they did in the game against India yesterday. There we saw an overhead flick that was popped over the baseline by a poor stop by the Chinese forward. India to start the game. Monica tried her best to keep the ball on the sideline, but it goes out for a push in for China. Wan Lee sends the ball all the way back to Tsitia, who has the most number of caps for her team, with 35 caps coming into this game. Quick transfer across to Tao Yu. Tao Yu looking for an option with her number 4. Chang Ying taking the free hit quickly. Good work there, but by Li Hong. India once again in control. Quick free hit there. Radha looking for Monica on the right side. India on the offensive. Navjot trying to find space. She finds Vandana, who's the team captain for India. Monica. The ball hits the foot of the Chinese player. Monica walking into the Chinese D. Tsitia does well to get the ball out. But they lose control and lost control of the ball again. Monica. Navjot. Hard hit across the D by Deepika. Ball gets pushed out for a long corner for India. Well, this is the India that we would have liked to see yesterday, where they advanced forward, but a bit too high now, and China is on the offensive. Unfortunately there for China, the overhead flick didn't work for Meng Ling. Well, India just has to watch for that quick counter-attack by the Chinese forwards, because they can be very quick. A good stop there by Vandana. Gets a chance in the D. Can she get a shot? She's trying. She's created a foul because she accidentally stepped on the stick of the Chinese defender, and the umpire has awarded the free hit to China. Xia Chang Ying. Well stopped by Danyang. Unfortunately, she failed to control the ball, and we have India's Rani coming forward, trying to force a short corner, but unfortunately the ball knocks her in her own foot. Li Hong, very speedy forward for China. Unfortunately, it also hit the foot of the Indian player over there, Grace, I believe. Li Hong was trying her best to control that ball, but unfortunately it was difficult because of the rising shot. It's the line ball with Monica getting ready to hit. Transfers it across. Well intercepted there, and we've got Chin Rong. Scored a scorcher of a goal the other day. Good control by Chin Rong. Chen Yang earns a free hit from the corner. Unfortunately for Chin Rong, she fails to control that ball, and it's turned over to India. Grace trying to control that ball. Unfortunately, it goes off the sideline. Chen Yang does well to earn a free hit for China. Quick pass there to the Chinese forward, who's made some progress advancing towards the Indian D. Wan Yu finds Chen Yang. Two Chinese players there. Unfortunately, no opportunity to take a clean shot at goal. Chin Rong tried her best to control the ball, but unfortunately the ball's gone off the baseline. And now we have India building out of defense. Sunita. Monica. Nice hard hit, and then you could see Vandana stretching across the pitch, trying to stop that ball. Just a little bit too far for her. Sitia on the ball. A little jink over the Indian forward, but the ball comes back for Rani. Rani tries to get the ball to Vandana, but I think the ball has gone off the sideline for China. Sitia. And well stopped by Vandana. Works well with Poonam. Cross into the Chinese D. Sitia. Earns a free hit from the sideline. Good work from Sitia. Chin Rong. Poonam on the ball, looking for a cross. Does well, but hits the ball slightly, and it goes back to China. Sitia does well to jink over Chinrong. Looking for options. Can't seem to find any at this point in time. Nikki on the ball. Does well, Grace. The ball hits the foot of the Chinese number 7, Guo Qiu. Grace. A quick ball back to Sunita. Long ball there by Sunita. Well worked, India. 28, Rani. Looking for a shot. Gets one. It goes astray. Good effort there by Rani. She had to take the shot quickly because there was an oncoming Chinese player that was going to close her down. Good work there by Rani. But China now on the offensive. Quick series of passes for China. Good work there. Well intercepted by Sunita. A very, very important touch there by Sunita. Monica looking for Vandana. Well intercepted by China's 25, Wan Li. And there you have China building out defense once again, San Chua. Well, lost ball there by the Chinese number 11, Rani, walking away into the D. Does she have a chance for another shot? She does. But it goes... It hits the foot of the Chinese defender. The Chinese defender is claiming that it hit her stick. Sitia there, very upset with the umpire's decision, claiming that the ball hit her foot, hit her stick. But I think she could be right at this point in time. But umpire has awarded a penalty corner anyway. The first penalty corner of the game going to India. And as we know from the previous matches, the Indian team has a very limited selection of penalty corner set pieces. Not many variations to start with. They don't have a drag flicker, so they depend on hitting and deflection to try and get the ball into the goal of the opposition. Then we have Pretty setting up for the injection. India. I beg your pardon, it was Grace Deep who scored the goal. It was a very, very well executed penalty corner, and in fact it was one of the cleanest penalty corners that India has had this competition so far. Nice hard sweep towards the goal, but the ball wasn't handled very well by Yu Ran, and the ball actually trickled under her pads, which resulted in the goal. So India leads by 1-0, courtesy of Grace, player number 3. Sunita. There's the goal scorer there with a nice hard sweep to the forward line. Well, it's to be expected that the Indian team would change their strategy and their tactics, because they missed they just lost yesterday's game with the last 2 minutes or so to go by allowing China to have a penalty corner, which resulted in the winning goal for China. So it's quite expected when you have both teams which are about the same in terms of goal scores, not very far apart. So one team the pressure was on China, to be honest with you, coming to this game, because they won the last time. And you can hear the fans from India urging their team on. They're here with flags and drums and their voices. Sitia. Litia. And we've come to the end of the first quarter of the game. we have India leading by 1-0. And there you can hear it there, the crowd cheering on the Indian team. India is leading by 1-0, and it started with a foot in the Chinese tee. And Sithia, who was the one that felt that the penalty corner should not have been given because the ball came off a stick, and the claim by Sithia for China is that the ball the call for a foot against her was not a correct call by the umpire. But at that point in time, when the game is in a situation where it's crowded by players in the semicircle, it is very, very difficult to actually see whether or not the ball hit the foot or whether the ball hit the stick. And at that point in time, the ball was traveling pretty fast because it was a good opportunity by Rani to try and take a shot at goal. And at the end of the day, sometimes the players are in a position where they are blocking the umpire's view. An umpire may not be able to see whether or not the ball hit the stick or whether it hit the foot. But in that instance, the umpire from Korea, Kim Yong-seon, kept to her decision and said, nope, this is a penalty corner, and it resulted with Grace scoring off the penalty corner for India. The score stands at 1-0. As you can see on your screen, India is in blue, attacking from left to right. We have just started the second quarter of the finals between these two hockey giants of Asia in the Women's Asian Champions Trophy in SengKang Stadium here in Singapore. And we've got Nikki there. Good work by her, finding Sunita. She's being turned around. And that was a foul on Deepika because she was supposed to wait until the ball fell to the floor. Once it falls to the floor, then she can step in to try and challenge for the ball. But she went in when the ball was on a bounce. Chinrong. Chinrong. There, a warning there by the umpire, telling the players from the Indian players to settle down and play the ball and not attack the players. China. Lithia tried to send the ball into the Indian D. Well defended by India. Monica looking for an option. Finds one with Grace on left defense. Nice hard hit by Grace, but it was stopped by Chen Yang, who's advancing. Crossing the ball into the Indian quarter. Nikki loses control. Li Hong. Good work by the Chinese players. I think Yuan Ming was waiting for Chen Yang to make a run, but unfortunately for her, she didn't read the pass. So the ball goes back to turned over to India with Grace. Well, it's been a very exciting game. A little bit of caution from both teams, but at the same time, lots of action, good skill by both the teams. India seems to be having more possession so far, and there we have Grace losing possession of the ball. Yuan Ming trying to look for options. She finds Chinrong. Chinrong does well. Gets a good hit into the Indian D. Yuan Ming claims that she was pushed over. Yes, she gets the free hit. And we've got Zhang Ying. Nice hard hit into the Indian D. Pressure. China trying to work for a penalty corner. Rada does well to bring the ball out to safety. Nice hard clearance there, but only to the number 10. Chen Rong trying to deflect Chen Yang's hit into the D. Does well to get to the ball, but a little bit too much to the side, allowing the ball to just trickle off the side of the Indian goalpost. Rajani didn't have much to do so far, except for that last maybe 2 minutes or so. Rada on the ball, one of the more senior players in the Indian team. Tries to look for Monica, but a little bit too far for her. Yidan looks for Chao Yu. Chao Yu to Chang Ying. Does well to find Chin Rong. Chin Rong moving the ball well, but she was hassled down there by Sunita. Chen Yang getting ready to take the free hit. Sends one into the Indian D. It comes off the foot of one of the Indian players. I believe it was Nikki. Still China. Well, dangerous situation, but it's because Chen Yang needed to move the ball 5 meters before she was allowed to throw it into the semicircle. But she didn't move 5 meters, so the ball is turned over to India. A good, interesting game it's been so far. Very exciting for both these countries to meet a second time in 2 days. And right now we have India, who's leading by 1-0. Nyalum finds Priti. Priti tries to turn her opponent. He earns a free hit in the process. Priti looking for support. Finds it from Nyalum. Grace looking for transfer there, but Sunita a bit too slow to get back. Priti offering her support to her teammate Nyalum. Nyalum on the ball right now from the sideline. Tries to hit the ball past the Chinese number 10 Chen Yang, but unsuccessful at that point. We've got Vendana. Does well to control the ball. And then gets a free hit in the process. Works the other way. Shot at goal. Well saved by the Chinese goalkeeper Chen Yang. Working the ball out but trying to look for options. But she is being hassled down there by the Indian defender Bala Poonam. Poor overhead flick there, didn't go very far. Priti trying to wiggle her way out of the situation, earns a free hit for her team, with Grace stepping forward. Overhead flick, but it goes off the sideline, a little bit too far to the side. And now we have Si Chia for China. As I mentioned earlier, Si Chia has the most number of caps in this Chinese team. She's only 20 years old, but she plays like a pro nonetheless. Chang Ying tries to find Shan Chuo, but unfortunately the ball goes out. Navjot looking for Rada. Rada trying to work the ball past. Unlucky there, but China on the offensive now. Unfortunately, the change of decision there by the Chinese number 20, Ming Ling. Giving the ball back to China. I beg your pardon, giving the ball back to India. And there we have India on the offensive. Good defending there by China. Poor pass there. Intercepted, and now we have Vendana finds Priti, who's under pressure right now, does well to keep the ball in possession. And we have a bit of confusion there because we had Deepika, who had a back turn to Priti on her way off the field, and then the ball goes back to China. Well, as you know, in field hockey we have something called Unfortunate there for China. The number 7, Guo Tiu, who took a swing at the ball but didn't connect it. So the umpire is blown for a dangerous swing because she missed the ball totally. As I was about to say just now, in field hockey we have something called a rolling substitution, where the players can be rolled. There will be 16 players, and the coach can actually roll them, rotating them, giving them a few minutes to rest, while there are other players who are waiting on the sideline to come in and take the place of their tired teammates. And the good thing about this method of substitution is that the teams are able to maintain a high pace of the game, which creates the entertainment value because of the speed at which these players are moving the ball. At the same time, it allows the coach to change some of the tactical inputs. If he wants to change the tactics or change the strategy, he might decide to pull out a forward, or perhaps even add a forward if he sees the opportunity for them to launch any attacks. And speaking about attacks, we have India right now on the attack with Narinda, who's just come in. And there we got Rani under pressure there by the Chinese defender. Free hit to India. Radha, poor control there, and eventually the ball is turned over to China. Taken very quickly there by China. Unfortunately, I don't think they were ready for it. In any case, we got India coming back on the attack again, surrounded by Chinese players, and does well over there. China doing well to win the ball back. Sitia, good trapping there by the Chinese number 8, Chao Yu. Finds Yuan Ming. Back to Chao Yu, but well intercepted there by India. We got Rani, who anticipated that pass and cut off that pass very, very well to try and launch a counter attack for India. As you can see on your screen, India leads by 1-0 right now, and the Chinese, aside from one or two opportunities that they had earlier in the quarter, seem to have been defending for most of this quarter. Well, it's hard to tell because this game is so smooth flowing that sometimes the game can just turn over in a matter of seconds. And right now, it's still China in possession, but India leads by 1-0. Good effort there by the Chinese number 8 to try and trap that ball, but unfortunately for Chao Yu, she was unsuccessful. India, infringement there on Deepika, who's back on the field. Knocked down by Yuan Ming, but the umpire has blown for Deepika for a free hit for that knockdown. Rani trying to get the ball round, but the umpire has picked up a foot over there. You can hear the fans getting very anxious for a second goal. Many of them were here last night watching India lose to China 3-2. So definitely they're back here with a new inspiration to try and help their team overcome this powerful Chinese team. And you can hear from the crowd, the enthusiasm is growing. Chao Yu, long ball, trying to look for Chen Rong. Well cut off there by Nyalum. Li Dan looks for Yuan Ming. Yuan Ming tries to get past Sunita, but Sunita manages to stop her. Free hit for China. Li Dan on the ball. Looks for Chao Yu. Try to work the ball into the Indian D. And they have, but we've got Deepika on the ball. Good work there by India. Navjot. Hard hit. And we got free hit for China. Li Jia doing well to earn that free hit. A nice quick cross into the Indian D. Well saved by Sunita. Well, China is slowly inching forward, but they have to stop making these unforced errors, otherwise they're going to be falling behind once again, which seems a possibility right now. India on the offensive. Good clearance there by the Chinese goalkeeper, Yu Yaran, doing well to stall the Indians to help her Chinese players come back to defend. And there was a clumsy tackle there on Deepika, but Deepika's got a shot, but she just lost the balance at that point. And just for a moment she lost the balance, and the ball was sent off the baseline, pretty far off target from the goal. Sitia. Shan Chuo, Chinese captain, looking for Chin Rong, but Chin Rong fails to control that ball. The ball comes back for Monica. Monica looking for an option, and here we have India working it out again one more time. Nikki trying to look for an opportunity to hit the ball, but at the same time, less than a minute to go, and the ball's been awarded to China. Maybe, I beg your pardon, it's been awarded to India. One last hit away, and stop there. China still has a chance. Can they do something? Ball drops in the Indian D with Ming Liang, trying to create something. India does well to hold out to finish up the half, maintaining their 1-0 lead. Excellent work there by India to defend. They defended very, very well, keeping the ball at bay. So we go into the halftime with both these teams still very close. 1-0 is not a very it's not a very easy goal to defend, because, like I said, in a matter of minutes or in a matter of seconds, the score can change simply because of an error or a decision by the umpire, or just by sheer brilliance from some of these very, very talented players. So stay with us for a second half, which will be coming up in about 10 minutes. India and China both fighting it hard to see who will be the champions of the Women's Asian Champions Trophy. So I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back in a short while for the second half. So do join me, Gerard Denker, for the second half commentary, and I will walk you through some of the exciting moments right here between these two champions of Asia, China and India.
tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, with the score currently standing at China 0, India 1, please welcome your players back onto the field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of the Women's Asian Champions Trophy finals between India and China. India leads the game by 1-0, and you would have seen the excitement of the Indian spectators right here at the SengKang Stadium in Singapore. They far outnumber our Chinese counterparts when it comes to the spectatorship. But at this point in time, India is leading the game, and they've done very, very well so far. A change in strategy compared to how they played China yesterday, which resulted in them losing the game 3-2. So now India is doing a little more offensive work compared to what they did yesterday, and China is really looking to try and get back into this game. We've got China in red moving from left to right on your screen. Overhead flick there from Shan Chuo, trying to look for Li Hong, but unfortunately for Li Hong, the ball runs off a little too far for her. We've got Sunita trying to do the same, but unfortunately for her, she's given the ball to Guo Chiu. China on the offensive right now. We've got the number 11 Yuan Ming trying to find a way into the Indian D. She's being nudged in the back, but the umpire felt that she was obstructing the number 17 from India, Deepika, one of the more senior players in the Indian team. Unfortunately there for the Guo Chiu from China, who was trying to intercept that pass across to Grace. Sunita looking for Monica on the right defense. And we've got India there launching an attack. China putting pressure on the Indian defenders. Sunita nearly losing the ball there. Does well to recover. Monica. Nice hard hit to the flanks. Ball knocked out for a ball to India. We've got Rani on the ball right now, waiting for support. Gets it from Deepika. Works away forward. Still India. Rani on the ball, trying to look for a ball into the good series of passes there, but unfortunately can't get through with Chua Yu trying to throw the ball forward. Chen Rong gets past her marker, does well. Still going, still Chen Rong, still in possession. Nice hard cross across to Wen Yu. Excellent ball, good vision there from Wen Yu. China, a weak hit on the reverse, allowing Vandana to get the ball, but she loses possession. Good effort there from Wan Lee to try and get to the ball, but she was under pressure from the Indian defense. Yuan Ming overhead into the Indian D. The ball drops for dangerous play, and then it's turned over to India. And we have Rani trying to walk away past Chao Yu. Wasn't able to. India on the offensive. Deepika. And they've earned themselves a second penalty corner of the game. They had one in the first half, which resulted in a goal for India. So now they have another opportunity, another penalty corner. As they say in hockey, a penalty corner is already 50% chance of a goal. Can they repeat the same success in penalty corner as they did in the first one that resulted in the first goal. Ball comes out, well stopped there by Yu Yaran, the Chinese goalkeeper. Sunita looks for Rada. Rada tries to work the ball in. No chance to hit the ball. Desinov well defended by the goalkeeper. It did appear that like a third-party obstruction there by India, but the umpire didn't pick it up, and I suppose at that point in time everything was moving so quickly. It's very difficult to see some of the infringements that could have come in at that point. But in any case, we've got number 17 Deepika on the ball now. She's one of the more senior players of the team. Grace winding up a hit into the D. Both the left and right defenders, Monica and Grace, have super hits, especially Grace from left side. She was the one who scored the first goal for India. Oh, shot by I believe it was Sunita. I beg your pardon, it was Deepika. That's right, it was Deepika who had that chance to hit the Chinese defenders, just sitting back a little bit too long, allowing her too much room to take a full shot, which she did very well taking. It's just a little bit too high. Grace on the ball for India, tries to flick it over, but she misflicks, and the ball is turned over to China. Chantua, Chinese captain. Yuan Ming. Sitia. Then we can hear a response from the Chinese supporters. Well done by Sitia, keeping the ball in possession for China. Quick transfer across to Guo Xiu. Guo Xiu looking for options, can't find any. Forced to send the ball back. Sitia doing very well to retain possession of the ball. Nice hard hit into the Indian quarter. We've got Lee Hong trying to twist and turn. Gets a cross in. Does well, but unfortunately for Guo Xiu, she failed to control that ball, and well defended. Another cross in. Now there's a better chance here, and China has earned a penalty corner. Excellent intelligent work by Wen Yu to push the ball straight into Rada and creating a penalty corner for China. So this is China's first penalty corner of the game. Now if we look at yesterday's game, India had a total of 7 penalty corners yesterday, but didn't convert any. China had 4 but converted 1. So can we see a repeat of China's penalty corner set pieces? Because the Indian players are a little bit slow when it comes to running off the defensive line. See what is, and the ball is goes off the side of the baseline because it comes off. It comes off an Indian player that was running out from defense and goes off to the sideline. Well, Sitia, Ao Sitia is the main striker for the penalty corner set piece, and she has the ability to fake her sweep until the very last minute, changing the direction, making it difficult for the defenders to determine which side of the goal the ball is coming through. Once again, the ball hits defender's leg. I believe it was Grace this time. It was a variation to the penalty corner. So now China is deciding which other penalty corner to use. They've used 2 different set pieces. Good push out. China slow on the rebound. They have another chance to shoot. Oh, what unfortunate. The umpire gives a stern warning to Monica because she threw the mask onto the semicircle. Well recovered by India. Tense moments for them at that point in time. The 3 penalty corners in a row. Hard work for the defensive runners to handle. Chen Rong does well. Sends the ball into the D. Nobody there. Well cleared by Grace. We got Bala Poonam looking for Navjot. Navjot to Deepika. India back in control. Nikki. Cross ball to Radha. Radha looking for a run from Vandana. Holds on a bit too long. Good work by Wen Yu, keeping the ball in possession. Chen Rong looks for Yuan Ming. Still Yuan Ming, but she fumbles with the ball. A little clumsy at that point in time, and it's turned over to India. Score remains at 1-0 for India, with China chasing for the equalizer. And so far we've seen 2 penalty corners from India, one of which resulted in a goal, and China with 3 consecutive penalty corners, not getting any goals from them. Navdeep waits for Vandana. Good work there. We have Bala Poonam losing the ball. Intercepted by Nyalum from India. Does well to anticipate that pass. Bala Poonam trying to get the ball back to Nyalum but fails. China on the offensive. Sang Ying trying to chase the ball but a little bit too slow. Danyang trying to find a way through. Well done there by Chang Ying. Gets the ball into the D. The China number 7 on the ball. Well cleared there by the Indian goalkeeper. A good deflection into the D, but nobody there. Grace picking her option. Nice hard hit to just relieve pressure. I believe we had Bala Poonam who wanted to just relieve pressure by throwing the ball out to the Chinese half of the game, of the field. Chan Chua. Sitia. Chen Yang fails to control the ball. Radha starting the attack, and we've got Nikki on the ball. Bala Poonam. Once again, the ball didn't travel 5 meters and was pushed into the semicircle, so the ball goes back to turnover for China. The Chinese forward there doing well to squeeze between 2 Indian players there. Chia Chi still on the ball, looks for a cross, but it comes off Grace's foot. So the ball is now turned over to China again. Free hit for China with Chao Yu trying to look for a way in. Nice hard hit into the D, but unfortunately there wasn't anybody there. But it's it came off an Indian player, and so it's a free hit for China with Chen Yang. Another hard hit inside the D. We've got a Chinese player looking for a cross, and that was a rash tackle. I think they went charging into the ball, trying to get it. So we saw a tumble. 4 players tumbling actually, 2 from India and 2 from China. But that's how determined these two teams are. One determined to keep the ball at bay, the other determined to try and score the equalizer. Unfortunately for Nyalum, she fails to control that ball. Chen Yang. She finds a Danyang. Danyang loses the ball to Grace. And the umpires once again warning the two players, one from China and one from India, to stop all this off the ball hassling. Quick passes there by China. Cao Yu gets the ball in. Number 20, Meng Ling. Works the ball again. Does she have shot? She does, but it's closed down very well by Deepika. Shot at goal. Poor shot. It was a miss hit there from Chin Rong. China once again trying to work the ball. Oh, unfortunate there. Yi Dan manages to get the ball back. It still goes into the Indian D, but the ball has gone off the baseline. It's a long corner for China. China working the ball, trying to find a way in. And it's an umpire is hesitating, and no, she calls for the goal. The Indian players were appealing that the ball came off the foot of the Chinese player, but I think the umpire hesitated, but she had a confirmation from the other umpire from the other side that no, the ball came off the stick, and the goal was awarded to China, and now the score stands at 1-1 for both these teams. Let's see, have you heard it there? Well, we've got about a minute left of this third quarter. Once again, both teams very, very exciting attack on both sides. India has to try and absorb the pressure as much as they can because that's where they will slowly start to tire out and make unforced errors, allowing the Chinese players to come forward. So this last, and in this particular case, you have Nyalum who popped up the ball with that free hit. Got about 20 seconds left. Another opportunity for another attack from China, but well stopped there by Deepika. China's got 12 seconds. They're probably going to play out the time. They're holding on to the ball. And there you have the hooter for the end of the third quarter. The game now stands at 1-1 for both these teams. China scoring in the third quarter. The first part of the third quarter, it seems that India was on the offensive for most of that quarter. But somewhere along the way, the game has turned over. And as I mentioned earlier, in hockey, it's never a sure thing. You can be leading by 2-0 or 3-0, but you could be down by one goal or two goals in a matter of seconds. And that's how fast field hockey is, and how important it is for the players to be alert throughout the game. So at this point in time, I'm just going to take a short break, and I will come back in just a few minutes.
So it's always good to rehydrate. Of course, we want
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the final quarter of this very, very exciting finals between China and India in the Women's Asian Champions Trophy here in the SengKang Stadium in Singapore. China's just scored the equalizer in the third quarter of the game, and that's after some immense pressure from the Chinese on the Indian defense and allowing the situation to turn to their advantage. So what happens in this last quarter? Stay with us. My name is SengKang. I'm your commentator for this evening. We've got China in red from left to right on your screen, in possession of the ball right now. Chin Rong. Nikki trying to get the ball back, and she does well to do it. Navjot sending the ball forward, looking for Deepika. Deepika trying to pick up Rani, but unfortunately she lost possession there. Rani, I beg your pardon, Deepika does well to turn, but unfortunately she lost possession of the ball. Ball to India. There are two hockey balls on the field, so umpire is calling for the extra ball to be thrown out. Navjot failed to control there by Rani Poonam. Good overhead flick there from China, but straight to Monica. Navjot looks to try and control. Rani Poonam a bit scrappy at that point in time, but India has the decision. We've got Navjot, who was asked to retake the free hit at the spot where the foul was called. Monica looking for Radha. Cross by Monica into the Chinese D. Well stopped there by Li Hong. Chin Rong under pressure there, trying to get out of the situation. Finds an option behind. Overhead flick. Off the field it goes. India once again in possession with Monica. Tries to find Navjot, but the ball gets stopped there. India's ball. Monica tries to find Deepika, but unfortunately she misses the ball. Radha does well to cut off that pass. Nikki on the ball right now. Deepika trying to work her way through. Very timely. And there we have China trying to launch the counter attack. And we've got Guo Qiu under pressure, trying to find a way through. Nikki is closing her down. Does well Nikki to smother that ball. Sunita for India. Tries to find a way through, unfortunately not able to. Good cross there, but it was dangerous. It was going straight for Chin Rong. But if it wasn't called for dangerous play, there's a possibility that that could have been a goal, because no one was around Chin Rong at that point in time. However, the ball was sailing into the Indian D in a dangerous way. That resulted in the umpire blowing for a free hit for India. Sitia. Good sweep there. Yuan Ming looking for Li Hong. Li Hong trying to work her way into the D. Does well to get past one, but not the other Indian player. Nikki doing well to knock off the ball for a long corner for China. Wen Yu. Sitia. Shuochu. Sitia. Grace. Nice hard cross. Looks like a dangerous situation created there by the Chinese number 20 Meng Ling, because the ball rose. Sunita taking the ball back to the start position. Monica does well to send the ball up to Rani, but Rani was under pressure at that point. A good ball across, a little too far for Yuan Ming. We got Vandana now with some space to advance. Radha. Well tackled there by Sitya. Lee Hong. Well cut off by Grace. Finds Vandana once again. Vandana trying to find a way to get the ball into the D. The ball's called for a foul, a foot on Wenyu. Free hit to India. A reverse hit also called for dangerous situation there. Deepika trying her best to cross the ball, but unfortunately it went sailing in a very dangerous fashion. Cao Yu. Well trapped there by Grace. Looking for a cross in, gets it. The ball drops for Vandana. India have a chance. Unfortunately for them, the Chinese defenders were well underway trying to stop them. Long corner for India. Grace on the ball. Sends it back to Sunita. Sunita looks for Nyalum. Outnumbered there for the Indian number 15, Rani Poonam. Does well to get the ball again. Tries to look for an option. Gets the free hit for India. Navdeep on the ball. Deepika lifts the ball into the Chinese number 10 and commits a foul. Jia taking on all the 4 Indian players but losing the ball eventually. Navjot, nice hard hit but cut off there. The ball comes off, the play continues with Vandana. Vandana tries to throw the ball forward to her number 5, Narinder, but unfortunately for her, the ball was too far to the side. China, Chan Chua. Sitya. Chen Yang tries to find an option. Still gets the ball back. Does well. Good work by Radha. Vandana. Ball goes out to sideline for India. Score still stands at 1-1 for both these teams, providing very entertaining field hockey to the spectators, both from India and China. Long corner for India. Radha on the ball. Tries to find Deepika, but the ball sort of trickles off a stick. You can hear the enthusiasm from the Indian spectators. The ball slips through. Lee Hong does well to keep possession. Sen Yang on the ball. Looks for the cross. Looking for Chen Rong. But there's a counter-attack by India. It's a good chance for them. Deepika on the ball. Trying to work her way into the Chinese D. Tries to get a shot in. Doesn't. Looks for misunderstanding there by both the Indian players. Lee Hong on the ball now. A very, very good through ball there. Too far for Chen Rong. Very quick pass there by the Chinese number 20, Meng Ling. Lee Hong finding Meng Ling. Meng Ling trying to hit the ball first time towards Chen Rong, but just sort of a bit too far for her. But a good effort, by the way, nonetheless, by the Chinese players. They are very fast on the counter-attack, so India will have to be careful when they advance forward, and if they are going up too high, leaving the gaps behind. But at this point in time, Vandana for India keeps possession of the ball, does well, looks for Nikki. Nikki finds Priti. Priti looking for Deepika. Tries to get through Titsia, but she doesn't. And we got Chinrong and Grace both chasing for the ball. Chinrong gets here first, but Grace does well to cut off that ball. China moving forward. Well, the intensity of this game is really hot because both the teams are really picking up the pace, trying to see who comes up with the winner. There's another 4.5 minutes or so left to try and do that. So both teams working really hard, try and finish off the game with one goal. A good layoff there by China's Chao Yu, but fails to keep the ball in play. Trying to look for Li Hong at that point in time. Nialum for India. Tries to find Deepika. Deepika, good work. Looks for Priti. Priti looking for support. Gets it from Nialum. Vandana. Nialum. Deepika there trying to look for space. Gets it. Gets the pass in. India. Chance to score. No. Good work by Li Hong. Stealing the ball away. And the foul is granted to China. The free hit foul on Li Hong at that point in time. Tense moments for China at that point in time, viewers, but I think they are defending very well. We've got San Chuo. San Chuo. Trying to cool things down a little bit. India coming forward. Nice hard hit across the field. Chenrong trying to get to it, but it's too far away. We've got one Chinese player down. I believe the ball hit her in the thigh as it was travelling across the field. The umpire is blown for time. And you can see Chen Yang slowly getting up, trying to bear the pain of the hit that came from her own teammate, Sitia. Very tight marking by the Chinese at the back. The overhead flick there. Deepika trying to stop it, but unfortunately it goes out. China looking for options. Does well, number 11. Yuan Meng surrounded by 3 Indian players, but does well to keep the ball in possession. There she is again. Tries to get the ball in a quick reverse hit into the goal, into the semicircle. Sunita. Poor overhead flick there by Sunita, allowing the number 11. And China has a chance here. Shot closed down there by the defender, Grace, putting her body in the line of the hit, and unfortunately for China, the decision was called down by the umpire, turned over to India for dangerous play. Quick hit there to the forward line by the by Rani, who came all the way down. Shan Chuo. Good trap there by the number 7 from China, but Nikki was quick to get to the ball first. And we have Deepika with acres of space, working her way forward into the Chinese D. She has a chance to shoot, does well, but well saved by the Chinese goalkeeper. Another chance to attack. Well defended by China. Good save by the goalkeeper Yu Yaran, who was expecting that shot. Ball to India, quickly taken. Another chance to get into the Chinese D, and it's a penalty corner. Well worked by Rani. Well, it's a good opportunity for India to try and get the winner, because we only have 30 seconds of the game left. Surely if India scores this one, it will be very, very difficult for China to get the equalizer. But at this point in time, it's hard to tell what's going to happen. You can hear the fans cheering, waiting for Radha to push out the ball. And off we go! Rani, shot at goal. No, one more. And there you have it. Deepika scores for India. But I think there's a decision by the umpire that the goal may not stand. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but we'll know in a moment. Yes, I believe there's a controversy because the umpire felt that it shouldn't be a goal. She's consulting her fellow umpire on this side to decide whether or not the goal should stand. From this end, it looks like a legitimate goal as far as I can see, but it's hard to tell because in field hockey, the first shot at goal must sound the board if it's a hit. But in that instance, it was a push, but it was a first shot nonetheless, and the umpire has given the goal to India. And now the Chinese are appealing. Saying that the ball has come off one of the Indian players. The Chinese are visibly upset, as you can see, telling the umpire there was an obstruction by the first runner. And the Chinese players are very upset, as you can see. And there you have the one of the Chinese defenders, Zhang Ying, still appealing. And the Chinese players have decided that they're going to leave the field because they disagree with that decision. Well, this is definitely drama for the finals at the moment. The officials are advising the players to return to the field, but the Chinese players insist that that goal should not stand. Well, it is very tense moments for finals like this. Any kind of situations that could be controversial can definitely determine the outcome of the game. And as you can see, the Chinese players are very, very upset because they only have about 17 seconds on the clock to finish up this game. And they are very, very, very unhappy with the umpire's decision. But nonetheless, we won't take the glory away from India. India's number 17, Deepika. Time running out for China. Rada on the ball. 5 seconds. Not enough time for China to do anything. And India comes in champions of the Women's Asian Champions Trophy 2016. The game finishing off with much controversy from the penalty corner that was taken by India. The Chinese players obviously very upset by the umpire's decision, but you can see the Indians celebrating, coming back from a 3-2 loss yesterday to winning this game 2-1. Congratulations to India. Well, it is a bitter pill to swallow if some decisions are controversial, because at the end of the day, it can affect how the team is performing. The same thing happened to the Malaysian captain a couple of days ago, Amarina, when India scored off a penalty corner, and the decision was controversial because the captain said that the ball didn't come off her stick. Rather, the ball came off her stick instead of the Indian player's stick. And but the umpire was not able to see at that point because she was blocked by some other players. And in the end, Amarina, the captain from Malaysia, was given a green card for dissent. And here you have the Chinese team getting to position to thank the spectators. A round of applause to both these teams. They did very, very well. As you can see, the Indian team celebrating their success, hard-earned success at that point in time for India, because they were coming in as after losing to China yesterday 3-2. So at this point in time, I think the Chinese players are a little bit upset by the whole situation, but at the end of the day, with a game like field hockey, it's difficult when situations like this arise. But like I said yesterday and earlier in the game today, both these teams are very closely contested. Both these teams have either won or lost each other in this competition by just one goal. Now that speaks a lot about the determination and about the quality of the play from both these countries. A well-deserved win for India, coming back from behind, playing consistently well through the competition. With the exception of losing to China yesterday, they have come back to win this game, to take the Asian Champions Trophy right here in the SengKang Stadium in Singapore. So the Indian players are celebrating now, and they are taking their photographs. As you can see, I'm sure they've worked very, very hard to get this far, and they've done very well. They've strong support of spectators here at the SengKang Stadium. Almost 90% of the supporters here are supporting India. You can hear the spectators singing and cheering. I'm not quite sure whose birthday it is though. I see. Well, it's actually Monica's birthday today. And it says here she is 22, so she should be turning 23. And that's why the Indian spectators are singing the birthday song, because Monica, the number 4 from India, celebrates her birthday today. A well-deserved present for her, I'm sure, knowing that India has come out victorious in this particular competition. And I believe the Chinese team has has one of their senior officials there to congratulate them. And there you have it. I believe the official from China, a senior official, is there to encourage the girls and say, "Good job today, well done. Don't worry about the score." All right. And I think the girls need it because they were obviously visibly upset when the second goal was awarded. But nonetheless, it's always a proud moment to represent your country, regardless of the score. And I believe these girls will perform well when they move on to Chile for the Junior World Cup in a couple of weeks, which is a good thing for them because this tournament was meant to be a warm-up competition so that they can get themselves prepared for the Junior World Cup, which is something that this junior team, this under-21 team, are looking forward to. A good job from China to try and turn the game around, but at the end of the day, not enough time to do anything with India being awarded that penalty corner in the dying minutes of the, in fact, the last 30 seconds of the second half. Good win for India. And now we're going to have the prize giving ceremony for the winning teams. We're waiting for the teams to turn up. You can see India still celebrating. Very, very happy indeed for winning that game. It's a brilliant goal there by Deepika, who is one of the stalwarts in the Indian national team. Deepika, who has 182 caps for India. She holds the highest number of caps in this team here. And she is also the oldest player in this Indian national team. It's a good job by Deepika, who had a very good competition. And I think the fans were treated to much entertainment by these Indian girls who showed sheer determination, effort, and just the willingness to work as hard as you can to bring home the gold medal to India. You can see the fans in the foreground blowing their whistles, holding their cameras, and even holding up the Indian national flag, cheering and waving at their victors. And China slowly progressing, and with Japan, who came in third earlier by beating Korea 2-1. Also a very close match if you watched it. With Japan scoring the winning goal also in the last quarter of the game. Well, the Chinese girls seem to be slowly getting out of the situation because in field hockey there's always opportunities for you to advance, to play well in any competition, and as you move into the as you get older and you gain more experience, you'll learn how to handle all these difficulties. You know, you learn how to handle the situation. You learn how to handle all these errors that you've made on the field. It comes with experience, as most of us know in any sport that you play. Having experience, it teaches you a lot of things that you may not learn in competition, rather in training. But at this point in time, the victors, India, a proud moment for this country who has a very long history, a long tradition of field hockey. Not so much for the girls, more for the men. But over the years, they have developed a hockey program for the women's as well, and which is the reason why this team is here in the Women's Asian Champions Trophy. A good testament of the success of their development program in India for both the men and the women. And there you have it, the an official from the People's Republic of China who has come down to witness this game and to support the Chinese hockey players. And there we have Chin Rong, Chan Chin Rong, player of the tournament, junior player. All right. She did very well, very good control on the ball. She's one of the forwards from the Chinese hockey team. Scored a scorcher of a goal in an earlier game from top D, reverse hit, right across the face of the goal to the top left-hand corner of the goalkeeper. No chance at all for any goalkeeper to actually make a save. And now we have the next award that's going to be given out. Best goalkeeper of the tournament. And there you have it, the Malaysian goalkeeper being awarded best goalkeeper of the competition. Farah Yaha, you would see the name Ayuni on her jersey. She had a very good tournament. At the same time, she also had to defend her goal. So often, I remember there was a point where she actually made 3 saves in a row in one of the games, and doing a good job to keep the Malaysian goal free of any score. But of course, in hockey, as I said, there are so many ways to score. And there you have the player of the tournament going to the Indian number 17, Deepika, who was instrumental in keeping India in this competition with all her deft moves, skills and so on. As I mentioned, she is the oldest player. She's the oldest player in the Indian team at 28 years old. She also holds the highest number of caps with 182. And now we're going to give out the next award. And there we have the best player of the tournament, Nagai Yuri, player number 15 for Japan. Congratulations to Nagai for an excellent competition. There we have the president of the Singapore Hockey Federation, Mr. Madhavan Devadas, the man behind the planning of this competition here in Singapore. And there we have Japan, the Japanese girls coming forward to receive their 3rd place medals. If you watch the earlier game tonight between Japan and Korea, Japan managed to pip the Koreans 2-1, scoring the winning goal in the last few minutes of the 4th quarter of the game. It was another interesting game, end-to-end stuff by both these teams, creating situations, trying to find ways to overcome their opponents, and eventually we have Japan who manages to succeed in overcoming Korea. They did that last night in the last game, in their last group game, by beating Korea 3-2, also through a last-minute goal. And you can see that the Japanese team, well-deserved win. They were down 1-0 at first, but they came back 1-1 through Shimizu Minami, and finally winning the game 2-1 with a fantastic goal by their team captain Sakaguchi Maki. So all these teams, Korea, India, China and Japan, are generally about the same in standard, but as I mentioned to you, some of the teams are here to prepare for the Junior World Cup in Chile. The Malaysian girls, for example, they are using this competition to give their players more exposure to high-level hockey before they move on to the Junior World Cup in Chile. Well, it's the same thing for the Chinese team. This is the under-21 team from China, and generally their players have some of them are still teenagers, and at the same time there are a couple of them who are playing in this tournament for the first time with no caps to their name. But generally we have a very, very young side in China, and for them to actually advance all the way to the finals is a real advantage for them, because their development program obviously is a good program to feed all these young players into the main national team in years to come. I'm sure some of them are already in the main national team, for example like Sitia, who has 35 caps at the age of 20. She would be probably involved in the national setup as well. And now we're giving up the runners-up medal. And there we have Ambassador Chen from People's Republic of China, who is giving out the runners-up medals to people from his homeland. And we have it, China coming forward to receive their medals. Congratulations to this Chinese team. They have proven that they can beat this, that they can beat India, because they did that yesterday. But today, I think they worked really, really hard. But as I mentioned, the Indian team refused to be beaten twice in a row. So definitely they were expecting a hard fight from India. And at this point in time, we have the Chinese players receiving their medals, as you can see. China has had a very hot and cold competition week here in during this competition. They have they finished their competition with beating Malaysia 3-1, but they lost to Japan in an earlier round 2-0, and then they beat Korea 2-0, and then they beat China 3-2 yesterday, and now for the finals they've lost to India 2-1. So it's a bit of a concern for the Chinese coach to try and see how he can get this team to be consistent in their play. As you know, with the Junior World Cup, I believe the competition is going to be a bit longer than the Women's Asian Champions Trophy that we're having here in Singapore. So they have to try and maintain their consistency in their performance when they move on to Chile in a couple of weeks. And of course, you know, in the Junior World Cup stage, you are playing against teams from Europe, playing teams like Australia. All these other teams that are outside of the Asian continent are definitely going to try and vie for the championship as well. So it's a good step up for the Chinese girls, although they lost to India in the finals. I think it's a good opportunity to have these young players play their hockey in Singapore, for all of us here to have an entertainment, an entertaining evening. And we'd like to say thank you to this Chinese team, and good luck to them when they perform, when they go up to Chile in South America for the Junior World Cup. And now we have Daryl David, and is one of the members of parliament in Ang Mo Kio GRC here in Singapore, to give away the winners medal. There you have it, India, 2016 champions of the 4th Women's Asian Champions Trophy. coming forward to receive their medal. It's a good mix of experience and youth in this team from India. They've had a fairly consistent competition, beating the first game, coming into the competition with a draw, drawing against Japan 2-all, and after that winning Korea 2-1. A hard-fought game for India there, and then moving into the third day, beating Malaysia 2-0, and then moving on to the final match against China, which they lost 3-2, and then coming to tonight's finals with the hope to win the game and take home the Women's Asian Champions trophy. And they did that in style, getting a penalty corner in the last minute of the game, converting it with much controversy. The umpire, the Indian players appealing, the Chinese players appealing. The Chinese players at one point staged a walkout because they were unhappy with the decision by the umpire to award the goal. But eventually they were coerced, they were asked to come back to the field to finish up the last 30 seconds of the game. It is a very, very exciting game. It was an exciting game for all of us. As you can see, for the Indian team, gold medal winners, India. There you have it, India champions 2016. And all the Indian supporters out here with their cameras trying to catch a glimpse of the success. Good work for India. Well worth the effort for all these ladies. Congratulations to India, and congratulations to all the teams for bringing such entertaining hockey here in Singapore. And I believe we will be looking forward to the next competition that will be held in Singapore. All right, in the meantime, my name is Gerard Denker from the Women's Asian Champions Trophy competition in Singapore. I'm going to leave you with these moments of excitement from all the teams, and I hope you have enjoyed the coverage that we brought to you. And do look us up, Singapore Hockey. You'll find all the exciting moments, the exciting games, the commentary from the different games, the different competitions, and so on. So at this point in time, I'm going to say good night and leave you with these moments of excitement from SengKang Stadium in Singapore.
remind you that this is a smoke-free venue, and also if you have any rubbish with you, please remind you to throw it into the dustbins provided.